they're gonna have a Dan Campbell situation where I think Mike Vrabel is gonna flip
throws the ball 50 times a game. You know who threw the ball 50 times a game and has more youth in his arm? Sam Howell. Give him a chance.
Quack.
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 Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack.
Come on, Ducks!
And a fucking hot dog that's been sitting there for 8 or 9 innings waiting for you to finally get to that dog. Nothing.
It looks like a vag that just gave birth to octuplets and fucking a baseball came sliding out. The Saints to be good, but like.
Yeah, so do all the Saints fans, but that's not really how it
I'm here
works.
to be like, I'm here to give my goddamn
If the
number
Knicks
2.
win in 7, it's because the Pistons got hosed on some stupid call. I know it. I already know it.
It's an inflammation around his pelvic region.
Yes.
So is he's done having sex for the rest of his life too then.
They got it. I hate to say it, but Andres Gallo's
Kidding me?
The camera so bad.
That's his idea, 100%. That's his idea. Those other two guys are looking at him like, look at this fucking
What's going on, people? We are back. It is another Tuesday evening, which can only mean one thing. It is Ride the Tide Sports
Tucker, no.
Cast. Yeah, we're back on a Tuesday. Caught you off guard there, didn't you? Well, the reason why we'll just start it off like this. The reason why we are here on a Tuesday is because 3 out of the 4 people you're currently looking at, not the guy with dreads over his face, are going to Baltimore tomorrow.
in front of.
In front of his face.
Are going to Baltimore tomorrow for the Tigers and Baltimore Orioles series. It's Donnie, your boy, and Tycho. And I'm excited. Never been to Camden Yards. Donnie has. Me and Tycho have not. So
I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did.
yeah, Donnie,
I'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy a couple wins, so we'll see how much I enjoy
as long
it.
as the Tigers win, it'll be great. Timeout.
I heard a timeout on the play.
Man, you know how much it just sucks that the one Orioles fan here who has to watch the misery through his phone can't be with the boys on the
Right. I was low-key thinking about that the other day. I was like,
you
it
can
kind of sucks that Jesse's not going on this trip.
You can make the 7.5 hour drive, dude.
and then go to work the next morning. Like,
Yeah.
Call in.
It's possible.
I'll call in for you. I'll be your dad.
Now you do have to remember this.
I'll be your dad.
I have like 10 of my freaking PTO days booked, so I'm clenched on the butt. All right.
I was gonna say you do have to
Disney in
remember.
December, so I can't.
This did all come about because Tyler had a week off of work, so then everything kind of went from there. So shout
I
out
was
to
like,
Tyler.
hey, I got a week off. Where are the Tigers at? Baltimore? I never been to Baltimore.
Let's go to Baltimore. All right. But speaking of the Tigers and just kicking it right off with baseball in general, that's where we're going to start once again today.
Championship, because this is the only championship you'll ever get. You can't during the regular season to save your
Right
life.
center field. Jones still on the move, running out of room, and he makes the come on in.
The 1-1 from Tyson. Batista with a drive. Deep left field. No doubt about it. This is going to be a tough play. Bryant, the Cubs win the World Series. Bryant makes the play. It's over.
All right. Here we go. So we are going to kick things off with MLB. We will get to college in a minute. But first things first. There's a man who did something crazy. And he did it 2 weeks ago. He did it last week. And then he did it again last night. Denzel Clark has become one of the best outfielders in professional baseball. And I got a clip that can prove it.
A different look here. He puts a swing on it to center field. Denzel Clark going back towards the wall and leaps up for the catch.
Oh, my God.
Denzel Clark showing off the speed and the Spider-Man skills back on his home turf.
1-1. That's hit deep in the air to left center. Denzel Clark on the run. He's still going. He reaches out. And did he catch that baseball?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness, he caught the baseball.
Oh, my God.
And this one to center field. Denzel Clark on the move back after he stepped towards home plate and makes another catch.
Oh, my God.
Back-to-back weeks where he wins the electric play of the week, and he's already on the leaderboard for this week.
I mean, Denzel Clark climbs the ladder and then hangs out. You want to talk about playing above the rim, folks. This ball is out of the ball.
Who wants to start?
If I had a hat, I'd take it off. That's how I'd start.
I need to start.
All right.
Baseball is a beautiful sport. That's beautiful play.
Yes.
All three of them. You can't tell me that she's not good at announcing his amazing plays. I'm not being sexist, but she doesn't do it right. Okay? That's all I got to say. The moment could be so much greater if someone else was announcing it. I understand it's the Athletics. You get what you get. Can someone just do a voiceover and just make it better?
Yeah, she got ripped last year.
Just make it better.
You want me to do it? I can do it.
She got ripped last year because she had some bad moments. Like there was a moment against the Rays where first pitch, it's a swing and a miss. Okay? She goes, ooh, bad night to be Jose Siri. And then the very next pitch, he goes, yard. Swinging a fly ball from Jose Siri, and that's going to make it a 2-1 Rays lead. Like she gets clowned for being bad. They brought in the first female announcer in MLB history, and we talked about it on this podcast. We were supportive of it on this podcast. We said nothing but good things because we were bringing women into baseball. This was like around the same time that the Marlins hired a women's GM, right? So good for you.
But I mean,
Denzel Clark climbs the ladder and then hangs out. You want to talk about playing above the rim, folks. This ball is out of the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should have never given you control of the fucking buttons because I never fucking know when you're going to press something or I'm going to press something and it fucks me up. However, that was the greatest catch of the fucking century and I don't think it got the announcing it deserved and it kind of diminished the moment for me.
I just pretend like it's Chris
I'm not going
Berman.
to come at the guy because he was on replay. And then he hit it with the nay, give me that back. So, like, he tried. But, yeah,
He had to recover from her mistake.
Need better live.
He's got to do what he can to make up for her. Yeah.
I just pretend it's Chris Berman when she speaks. That ball's way back. Back. Oh, what a catch by Dead. You know what I mean? You know, it just sounds
But they're
better.
so opposite. How can you pretend?
Because I don't want to hear it. It's not good.
You know what? I respect that you have the ability to do that, and I'm
just
jealous
it out
of
and
you.
put my own voice on it.
Yeah.
Jealous.
You're strictly just changing it, but yeah, that's nice. But yeah, Denzel Clark, I mean, the show just recognized it. They gave him a fucking 93 card today because they said, hey, this guy.
Yeah, buddy went from a 63 to a 93. Never seen a 30 overall jump before in my life.
So good.
They said, hey, by the way, now all of a sudden he can hit the ball. Who knew?
Good for the Athletics. They have something exciting going on for the A's, which I feel like is just a plus. All right. Let's get to the next piece of news. So, the Miami Marlins had a game in Tampa Bay, and during this game, there was a situation where the pitcher, Ryan Weathers, for the Miami Marlins, was in pregame warm-ups, where the catcher, Nick Fortes, however you want to pronounce his last name, was doing his regular throwback to second place. Problem is, Ryan Weathers was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Take a look. But bam, yeah. So he was standing right in the line of the pitch from Nick, right to the dome. One more time. Shablam. Not only did he go down, but what made it better is not only after he went down, he threw his hat on the ground like, what the fuck, man? Not realizing that was his fault because the catcher throws it to the second base every single time.
Pretty sure this happens every game, buddy.
Every game, every pitch. You walked around the mound to where he was throwing it at second base. He didn't throw it straight. He threw it to where he was throwing it. And then after you got domed in the face, it has then been reported today, as of 20 hours ago, he's now on the 60-day IL.
Rightfully so. You're a fucking dumbass. Hey, how's the Marlins season going? Oh, let's check in. That's how it's going.
That was one of my starting pitchers.
Exactly how it's going.
That was one of my starting pitchers in fantasy last week.
Sounds like a personal problem.
You won't be
Here,
seeing him for 60 days.
seeing that notification pop up on my phone that he was domed in pre-game practice. My heart sank because I was just like, great. You know, I try and
So basically, what we've learned is if it wasn't for Jake putting him on his goddamn fantasy team, none of this would
okay.
All right, maybe it's not all your fault.
He did
but-
proceed to play 3 innings that game and
How did he
suck
do?
fat donkey balls.
Yeah, maybe because he was fucking concussed.
I think he finished with 3.5 points that game.
Yeah, 3.5 brain cells left in his fucking head.
Oh, if
Bro, his
that, we're
head
being
was
generous.
pounding. Absolutely pounding.
He needed to wear one of them fucking big hats.
He was trying
Oh,
to
come on, just like
4-seam and proceeded to hold it like a 2-seam.
And then he threw it like a curveball.
Like he was not okay. Hit the back of his dome. He's like, damn, everything I got stored there is just not coming to the forefront.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going in Miami?
I'm fine in the West.
We're fine.
You never were.
We've never been fine.
You never were.
Since they traded Miggy, I don't think they've been fine. The best thing that they've had in my entire life, in my opinion, the best thing they had, they traded. Oh, and then they also traded Giancarlo Stanton. Oh, and then the only good thing I've ever seen is when they had a player that had was hitting over 400 and was on like a 16-game hit streak a couple years ago. That was cool. But other than that, they've done nothing. So
yeah, because Christian Yelich traded, Marcell Ozuna traded, Stanton traded, Jazz Chisholm traded. They finally they had a first baseman that was.
I have an autographed Jazz Chisholm Marlins jersey because I was like, oh, at least he's good and he's on the Marlins. Boom, Yankee.
Yeah, everybody's gone. Fucking hell. It's tough, man. It's tough being a Marlins fan. Shout out to
Not being a poverty franchise.
God damn.
Imagine living there.
Yeah, at least you got nice weather.
All right, next thing that we got to talk about is the Craig Kimbrell saga. So this one's confusing the shit out of me. So Craig Kimbrell, I thought I understood what was going on here when the Braves, who had him in their minor leagues all year, called him up for one game, one more time as a Brave. The man who made his career and as an ace, as a closer for the Braves, came back, pitched one more inning, shutout inning, did great, left, and then they DFA'd him. Okay? This kind of makes sense. Now you should retire. You got one more game.
Sounds
You
like
did
the next step.
the one thing you would do. He then immediately signs a 2-year deal with the Texas Rangers. So now I'm confused because it was like he had the perfect send-off, the swan song, the one start for the TVs, and then he goes to the division right other side of the American League in the West and joins the Rangers for a couple of years. I'm confused.
So what's the deal? He's gonna have to just do this all over again in 2
I
years
was
in order to
wondering what
retire
you
a
guys'
Brave?
thoughts
Like,
were on
what's?
this.
He doesn't
Yeah.
care about retiring a Brave anymore. This is what happened. Braves
I
were
think
telling
he might have just finessed the system.
I think the Braves were telling him, like, hey, buddy, you know, we know how the arm's doing. We just want to send you off the right way. Don't worry, we'll set you up with this. He goes out there, throws the fuck out of it. He's like, hey, I feel like I still got something in the tank. And y'all are looking at me like I'm fucking dumpster fire. Okay. Hey, you guys still gonna? Okay. I'm signing 2-year over there. So I think it went bar for bar.
Is he gonna be in the like Rangers lineup? He's not gonna be in the minors or nothing.
Right now, it says that he is currently starting in AAA, but that is because their whole rotation's healthy. But he's gonna get called up the second somebody's hurt. They have zero injuries in their bullpen right now.
All right, so he's probably just looking. He's like, I don't think I need more money. That's what's running through my head. He's like, yeah, you know, if I can play in the minor, I do good in the minors. You know, we'll just make some money playing down there until I feel like I'm good.
You'll see him in September. That's how I feel. But yeah, I just thought it was very interesting. Wanted to know what you guys thought because I was very confused at what the fuck was going on with him.
It's crazy. At this point in time, he has finessed his way into 2 more years in the MLB when he shouldn't be. So, I mean, good for him.
That's what I mean. He's like, oh, you guys, someone's
It's a
gonna give me
business,
more
and
money?
he got more
Yes.
in his back pocket than anybody thought. That's what I think.
I think his agent reached out or whoever if it's him, so whatever. He's like, hey, you know, he's willing to do a couple more. Anyone interested? And the Rangers are like, sold. We saw that one inning. That was really good.
That was a hell of an
really
inning, man. Fuck.
Yeah, if you can sign you get DFA'd, we'll sign you.
I can do that. Hold my beer.
Yeah, I agree. I do have one more thing before we roll out of baseball or MLB. Sorry, umpires. We haven't gotten on their ass yet, but last week there was a MLB record for the most missed calls during a week. 954 missed calls in 1 week.
Shit.
That's hard to do.
What's the next highest? I need to know.
I don't know. I just know.
So, like, how much more of that do we need to see before we're all just like robot umps?
Yeah.
Robot umps, so we can just get all.
I'm surprised they don't do like
Stop
the
playing this
whole like.
game?
I'm surprised they don't do the whole batters challenge thing. You know? Or
Is
do
that
they?
not a thing in the MLB?
I don't think it is.
Is it just the minors? Is that a thing?
Robots?
Are you
No,
making shit up, or is that a thing?
No,
batters
he's
challenge.
talking about what they did in spring training, where they can like test balls. In spring
Okay, so I thought I remembered seeing it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they
only
started
in minor leagues.
But then, yeah, but then,
that's what I
yeah,
thought.
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm
They
like, it
should
must be
totally-
in the minors and the majors then.
It
They
is,
should
yeah, it's in the
totally
minors.
keep that in the like as a thing, because like if a batter's got a, especially an MLB batter, they have good fucking eyes. They see the ball pretty damn well most of the time.
Yeah.
So
Better than your
there's-
average Joe.
Exactly. So if they feel like there's something that's missed there, I feel like they should have. I saw them doing the helmet tap when they did it in spring training, so that's why I keep doing that. But I feel like they should have that ability to be like, "Hey, that's not right. I don't think that's right. I should be able to challenge that." So
I agree. It only seems right. Everything else gets fucking challenged. We have enough cameras.
Exactly.
Check it out.
Shit, they have.
Where's the imaginary box?
They
Draw
got
it.
the whole pitch animation shit where they show you the pitcher's box and where the ball landed. It's like, okay, well, the
So
guy
you
just
know if it
called
was a
that
strike or
ball.
not. Why are we asking questions?
Exactly.
Like,
you know, Tyler's right. We should just go to do AI.
just figure it out. Like we've got the technology. Just do it.
People
I'm
suck.
with it.
Yeah, but you still need somebody to call the hoses.
Yeah, but Armando Galarraga would have had a perfect game.
Armando Galarrago did. He had a 28 out perfect game. Only man to do it. If you know, you know. Anyway,
Move on.
sorry, we're in a trade-based podcast. You can tell right there.
You know.
Let's
suck a
move
dick.
on to some college ball because we do have all of the.
Let me start it off by saying we got fucked, boys.
Yeah, we
ain't going back to back. We got swept.
We went from 16 teams to 8 teams, and we're gonna tell you what happened. So the first is Coastal Carolina. They handled business against Auburn. They won 7-6 and 4-1, and they will be
Good for
taking
Coastal.
on Arizona, who everybody had going against them with North Carolina after they won 18-2 game 1. But Luke, we'll give Luke that. And then at 10-8, 4-3 in the next 2 games, and Arizona beat North Carolina. So
Showed up.
now we have Coastal Carolina, who I know Jake was high on. We have Arizona, who I know Luke was high on. So we don't really have to ask you guys how you feel.
Your
Tyler,
Wildcats are gonna get fucked.
Tyler and Jesse. We'll just who you guys taking?
I got Coastal.
I agree.
I like a good underdog story. I don't
nothing
know.
against you, Luke.
Like
You should be
Coastal's good at
happy.
baseball.
'Cause
That's
you're-
probably like the
you'll
one
be on an
sport they
island
got a
again.
chance in.
Yeah, I'm taking them as well. Jesse, are you putting Luke on an island, or are you riding Arizona?
I'm on the fucking island.
All pressure. Your shot clock is so far from running out.
3.
I'm going to take Coastal.
I'm fine in the West.
And that puts
Give
Luke
me that-
back
give me that
on the
island with
That wasn't
AZ.
me.
He's got Coastal. That was
Take
me.
it.
All right, that puts Luke back on an island, which is probably where he wants to be after. the
Probably
last
exactly
game.
where he
Yeah.
wants to be.
Yeah, it hit. All right, next game that we have is Oregon State, who came out beating Florida State in 2 out of 3 games. In the third game being a thriller, winning 14-10. Told you these offenses were fucking slugging. And then they're taking on Louisville. 40-22 is their record after they knocked off Miami.
feel like I've picked all of these teams.
Why
to
had
win.
Miami winning it all and Louisville beat them?
Yeah.
So I know I have Louisville winning it all. Give me Louisville.
I know Jake was on Louisville. I know that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I picked both of them to win their first round
The
matchup.
Oregon State's offense is so good, so I won't be surprised.
I think I'm gonna go with the Oregon State.
Yeah, the Beavers' offense is very.
I don't know. You can hit. You can pretty much do well in the College World Series as long as you keep hitting. So if they stay hot, I think Oregon State.
Yeah.
I'll take Oregon.
Another Oregon State, Jesse.
Now, what scares me about Oregon State is that boy, Mr. Whitney over there.
What scares you about him?
He's one hell of a strikeout guy. Man's got 111 Ks on me. Nasty guy. But give me the hit in the Louisville. They may not hit the dingers, but they get on base.
Jake, who did you take again?
Between these two, I haven't picked anybody yet.
Okay. Who do you got, Jakob?
I'm gonna go with the Beavers.
All right. The Beavers. All right, we got two more games. Game number 3, UCLA, who knocked off the West Virginia. No, that was LSU. Sorry. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. UCLA knocked off UTSA. My Cinderella story on that.
Utsa, yeah.
That was knocked out quick. It was a 5-1 game 1, 7-0 game 2. So they scored 1 run in that series. Beautiful. They will be taking on some real competition. I fucking hope so. And Murray State, who beat Duke 19-9 and 5-4.
Ooh.
UCLA and Murray State. Who wants to start?
Ooh.
Go reverse. Jakob, you start.
Ooh.
You can call me a bitch. I'm taking UCLA.
All right,
I'm gonna take Murray State.
I know it's the sweaty pick, but I'm doing it.
Bing bong.
I want to take Murray State.
Bing bong.
Yeah. Jesse, who you banging? Jakob or Tyler?
Bang me.
No, bang me.
Give me UCLA.
Fuck.
All right, he's banging Ty. Luke?
Hell yeah, Jake.
I'm going UCLA.
See you on the corner.
He's going UCLA.
See you on the corner, Jake.
Damn, that's
He's
tough.
in the blondes. I get it.
I'm taking Murray State. I'm with you, Jakob. Let's go.
You with me?
Murray
All right,
State.
all right. I'll take it. I guess.
He doesn't even care about the teams. He just knows where
I'm glad I'm not. I'm glad I'm not alone on this. So, makes me feel a little better.
All right, next one. We got the team that very curious how Tyler's going to respond to. Knocked off the defending champion Tennessee. We have the Arkansas Razorbacks, who won 4-3 and 11-4, and they are taking on LSU, and they are the team that beat West Virginia 16-9 and 12-5. So,
All right.
LSU.
All right,
Arkansas.
listen up. LSU is not going to let that shit happen. They are a baseball school first. Fuck football right now. It's summertime, all right? LSU does not fuck around in Omaha. I said it before. I've said it again just now. They do not fuck around in Omaha. I think LSU. It's not because they beat Tennessee. It's because LSU don't fuck around in Omaha. I just said it 3 times.
This is true. Okay. Jesse?
I think the Tigers pitching is really going to get them through. Give me LSU.
All right. Donnie?
All right. I got some family ties in Arkansas, so give me Arkansas. Razorbacks all day.
Oh, Razorbacks. Eric.
Eric don't agree.
Fuck you, Eric.
You. Also, earlier, Brandon did say nothing like an offense.
Everybody loves an offensive beaver.
Love an offensive
Brandon
beaver.
knows. Hey, you don't always want him playing defense.
Don't put it on me. I can't decipher that message. I assume he wants Arkansas.
Woo, Pig Suey.
Big Suey all the way.
I have
He's on
Arkansas as well. Luke?
Taking LSU.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right.
You.
You. And that is where we stand for the College World Series. Woo, 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 woo.
Oh my God! It's It's Kerry Bonds!
Deep right field. Way back. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds. Lillard, long-range three. And it's good! At the buzzer! Damian Lillard! The lob. Again! Oh, what a monster jam by DeAndre Jordan!
All right. Still just got this.
Eric says, I've always learned to go the opposite of
All
Donnie.
right. You know, and he just keeping up the shenanigans from work, I see, huh?
Just a bit of work shenanigans. All right, let's talk about the finals. So, switch these banners real quick. We don't have a playoff banner. There we go. Boom. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because it's called finals, not playoffs. But
Playoffs?
All right,
Talk about playoffs?
Game number 1. Things were going how majority of games go for Oklahoma City. They were cruising. They were chilling. It was close, but they could still have some comfortability going on some runs. Shai dropped 38 points. Got his due at the free throw line. Went 7 for 8. But also, the problem with this is Indiana had the game going exactly how they wanted it to, where the game was close, wasn't out of reach, was exactly where they could come back into the final minutes of the fourth quarter and do some more shenanigans that they've done not once, not twice, not thrice, but now a fourth time, which is what they did in game number 1 with a game-winning run and a game-winning shot from Tyrese Halliburton. And then after the game, the reporter gave him probably the greatest lob question you could possibly give by saying, you know, 1 time is luck, twice is a habit, 3rd time's by chance. What is the 4th time? You know what I mean? I thank you for the lob. I didn't know you were Dwayne Wade, reporter. But Halliburton was the main story of game number 1. So let's talk about that before we talk about game number 2.
did you just not even say what his answer was? Did you just
No, he
build that up and then not say
he just
what he
laughed
said
it
the
off.
fourth
He didn't
was?
answer. That's why he laughed it off. He didn't give an answer.
So he didn't even fucking answer. Why'd you build that up like he fucking answered? Now I'm mad. I was like, what did he say? That's goat shit? Like, what did he say?
Anyways, so game number 1, like I said, the Pacers came back. They got the win. Jesse, I know you got thoughts.
You know, thought Pacers would take game 2. I have to be honest. I didn't think they'd win game 1. Because I was like, OKC be firing on all cylinders in their game 1s. Then that gets spicy. And the shots they were making, they just get so fluid. And everything just starts hitting. And it all starts with Halliburton. He's the engine. Siakam, you know, it's like the battering ram on the front of it. But Halliburton's the engine.
I agree. Donnie, you got thoughts on game 1? We'll talk about game 2 in a second.
Yeah, like I said coming into it, I knew Indiana would not go down quietly into the night. You know, I knew they'd put up a fight, and like anybody else watching that first game, it was like Vietnam flashbacks. It's like, hold on, I've seen this before, no, and that's exactly what happened. Hats off to Halliburton. I mean, that Pacers team just keeps fucking making me eat my words, and you know what? I'm okay with it. Because I'm gonna stand on my head and still be a hater for them. But yeah, you know, you just can never count that team out, no matter how far how much they're down with however much time is left.
You can count them out on the second.
They always
found we'll talk about that.
They always find a way to come back.
I agree. Until game number 2 happens, and what happened here is Oklahoma City Thunder comes out ahead like they did in game 1, but the problem is the Pacers weren't getting a lot of their shots to fall, so they went into halftime down by 20-some points, and the climb was a little too steep. Halliburton did shoot 7 for 13, only had 17 points. Spicy P shot 3 for 11. Nesmith shot 5 for 12. The shots weren't shooting for the boys, and over in OKC, Shai did exactly what he did game 1, gave another 30-point performance, almost another double-double. Chet dropped his 15 points. Jalen dropped his 19 points, and 123-107. So now we have a 1-1 series.
MVP of game 2 didn't come out of your mouth in those stat sheets. Shai's going to give you 38. That's consistent.
Right.
Not going to knock him for it, but he had hella free throws, is what it is.
Are we about to shout out Aaron Wiggins on this podcast?
Absolutely not. You know exactly who's getting shouted out.
I
The
don't.
way Alex Caruso plays defense
Okay.
on bigs and then proceeds to get 20 points.
He did drop a 20-point bomb.
We're not gonna listen. He
Yeah.
he guards bigs. He
Right.
gets in front of bigs and makes Siakam shoot 3 for 11. Now, don't get me wrong; those all weren't defended by Caruso.
He shot 6 for 10. I give you this.
But when Caruso comes off the bench and provides what he provides, your second shift is having trouble. Your bench players are in trouble.
Hell yeah. I agree.
So I give him the MVP of that game too.
All right. So, Jake, how do you feel going into game 3?
Feel much better after seeing that was a Thunder team that what I expected in game 1. But I think, they just got complacent in that game and lost it. And this one, they're like, all right, now we're going to make the adjustments we need to make. And it worked for them this game. I mean, it wasn't like a blowout or nothing. Yeah, they were up by a good amount.
It was a blowout.
Pacers made their little comeback, tried to at least. It didn't work. But I wouldn't say it was a blowout.
If I see the entire roster in a playoff game touch the court, you got blown out.
No.
You're not playing your 14th and 15th man in the playoffs. If they
What was the final score again?
you're getting your ass beat.
The final score of the
lost by,
game
like,
was
18.
123 to 107.
They lost by 16
16.
in the final.
I don't see that as a blowout. That's 8.
Jake,
I mean,
Jake,
okay.
I am going to have to agree with Jesse because I'm assuming you didn't watch the game. It was never close. There was never
Y'all want to hear? Y'all want to hear a
like-
fun fucking fact? I watched the first half of both games, and I
Wow.
even watched the last 5 minutes of the second game.
Wow.
So I've watched a lot, and they were fucking blowouts, and the Pacers were lucky to come
Yeah.
back in the fourth quarter of game 1. I'll say that
second
because they
game
take ballsy threes,
was bad.
and they were lucky that they made them, or they would never have come back in game 1. But they are getting out fucking matched.
Listen,
That's different than being blown
do
out.
not let it be called luck because this team is shooting 49% from the corner, and they get hella corner threes.
That's true. I saw plenty of shots from the corner. If they're making them, maybe it's not luck. Maybe they're good at that. But I saw a lot of top of the key. Like,
Hey, when Nembhard took him,
that's not there. That's not there, though.
Nembhard, he just doesn't get to do it.
I get it.
I get it.
For once, I could say I saw it.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Game 3 takes place tonight at 8:30, and that's all we got for the finals.
I think it's Wednesday because you're used to Wednesday pods. It's tomorrow.
You're 100% right. I just read that as Wednesday, and I did think it was 100% right. So yes, it is tomorrow at 8:30. Sorry. Damn, I just got some people excited for a minute. Apologize. Anyways,
Sorry, they
we'll
don't believe
move
you
over
anyways.
to another finals that is taking place, and that is in the world of stick and puck on ice.
Stick and puck on ice. Oh, boy, that's hockey. Oh, bet you didn't know that unless I told you just now. Anyways, Dylan, how's
Thank
this
God
one
for
going?
you.
This one's going fantastic. So the first game was the
We would have
Edmonton
been lost
Oilers
as fuck.
taking on the Panthers, and this game was so good that it didn't just go through regulation; it went to overtime. Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen, where the Edmonton Oilers won game 1 4-3. And spoiler alert that we'll get to in a minute, the other game didn't end in regulation either.
You know, it's funny. Spoiler and Oilers sound real similar.
Damn, I didn't realize that, but you're right. I'll give you that.
Oilers could play spoilers to the Panthers.
Oh, one can dream.
Oh, it's a dream that's worth dreaming about right now. Because if you're an Oilers fan, you're like, game 1 was sick. And then what the fuck are we doing? I got one thing to say based on watching these games. The Panthers are all up in their brain. I don't know, like, what it is about it that they can't get out of their heads, but they're in their heads. And for some reason, that's causing a shit ton of problems for the Edmonton Oilers. But they are definitely in their heads.
Game 2, we watched them get freaking pushed to double overtime, and we saw, like, I don't even want to talk about game 2, to be honest. I really want to talk about game 3 because Jesus Christ. But if anybody
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're in their heads. That's after game 3, they are all up in their heads.
Bro, the amount of penalties you get in like the first 8 minutes of the game, it was like the first 2, it felt like. You let them pop one in, then you go down. We got, oh my God, who was it that had the perfect opportunity to tip the puck in and then far right on Edmonton? I'm like, heard. My bad, Edmonton fans. This is all my fault. This is all my fault. This is all my fault. I apologize. I did this to us because I was like, you know what? I thought the Oilers were going to get here. Thought they'd play the Caps and beat the Caps. They're not going to beat the Caps. So, I fuck with Edmonton. Let me bet on them. I bet for both teams to score in the first half. Edmonton misses a wide open net. I bet for an over. It was 6.5. It got to 7. But I bet on the Oilers to win, and they get purely fucking dusted 6-1. So won't be betting again on the game.
Well, that would be because they're more trying to fucking take out Florida than actually play hockey. Florida has gotten inside their head so much and has been so physical that the Oilers just flat out snapped yesterday. Everyone knew that the tensions were high. But
talking to Dylan without talking. Keep talking.
Okay. I didn't know if
Not you.
But the tensions were high coming in. Everyone knew there was gonna be shit going down here. Everyone knew it was gonna be even more physical than the first 2. There was probably gonna be a couple fights. But no one expected the Oilers to snap as hard as they did, considering that Trenton wanted to jump Bennett and then mayhem just fucking broke out halfway through the third period. And then everyone's grabbing everyone. And then you're just looking at the fights. And even in the fights, the Panthers are just on top of them, on top of all the Oilers. They're just dominating the fights, dominating on the ice. That was just all 100% Florida in game 3.
So Brandon coming in here saying Panthers is a more complete team. Also adding in McDavid is going to burn out with the minutes that he is playing. Luke, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you
can't. It's hard to argue the first one.
Yeah, no, first one for sure. But McDavid burning out. I mean, he was playing these minutes last year too.
And
how did that go?
Didn't win no cup. I don't know. That could be.
They pushed it to game 7, and then because of their situation in game 7, they fucking dogged the shit out of them. But
yeah.
I mean, he can do it. It's just, yeah. Skinner tapped into his old self.
The Panthers are the more complete, which is why McDavid has to play the minutes he's playing.
That's facts.
Can't get burnt out.
They go hand in hand, really.
In the game, he has no choice. His team's not as good. He has to be out there.
Dude, after the second big brawl that kicked out fucking the rest of half of each team, and the announcers are complaining because Draisaitl was on the ice with 3 minutes to go. He's like, I would not be playing Draisaitl or McDavid. I'd be rested. I would not be putting him on the ice right now. It's like, dude, they almost don't even have a choice. They can't, like, there's like no one left on the bench. Like, they're losing. So many people are getting kicked out. They don't have a choice but to play certain players. Otherwise, people are going to fucking collapse on the ice from playing so long.
Yeah, I mean, the Florida Panthers, the best way to put it, they're the Detroit Bad Boy Pistons. They just beat the shit out of everybody, bro. And if you don't beat them on the fucking ice, they'll beat you in your head because the problem is teams are going into them being, oh, man, how am I going to beat the shit out of them? And once you start thinking like that, you already lost the game.
Yeah, the Oilers have turned into how can we out-aggressive them? And then they forget that you're also supposed to play defense and score goals in order to win hockey games, not just fight.
You know what's insane? We said this last year.
We did. As
this
they won.
Is the exact problem.
Yeah.
This is the problem. You're not playing with the speed you have.
Did you guys hear how many penalty minutes were called in yesterday's game yesterday?
God, ignorant amount.
140 penalty minutes were issued yesterday. The fourth most in Stanley Cup final history. Stanley Cup final history. Yeah,
what blows my mind is that's only 4th most.
Yeah.
You want to know the most? 1986. Calgary versus whoever they played that day. 176 penalty minutes issued. Game 4 of the Stanley Cup final.
Probably a great game.
I don't know how you managed
a great
to do
game
that.
to watch the rerun.
I mean,
it's a 60-minute game.
Jake,
more than doubled it.
Jake, Edmonton alone tried to give them a run for their money because they put up 85 of those minutes in this game.
That's absurd.
So
That is
I mean, so,
actually
like,
absurd.
When
But
both teams
also
are out
why I
there
love hockey.
headhunting, when both teams are out there headhunting, granted, one succeeded because that's what they want to happen. Because the other teams, Edmonton's just so focused on like, I want payback.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to play the game anymore. We're down 5 fucking goals. I just want to take your head off, so I don't got to play against you next game.
They literally.
I'll say this though. Let me
because they
finish
just
that
get the shit
sentence for
pissed
you,
out
Jake.
of them.
Let me finish that sentence for you. When people start headhunting, it makes for a great fucking watch, dude. It gets real
you're not
entertaining
wrong.
real quick.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Bro,
It makes it for a very entertaining game because who doesn't love seeing people beat the piss out of each other?
Right? Florida just has them right where they want them because it's like
By the balls.
On their sack, dude.
now that they're doing that and lashing out at them, Florida's not fighting back. So now the Oilers are just taking so many stupid penalties because the Oilers aren't fighting back, and the Oilers are just constantly retaliating,
Listen,
trying to fucking hurt them.
I'm coach. At the end of this game, I'm picking up McDavid's stick and I'm hitting him over the head with it, and that is just to let everybody in the locker room know.
You're fired.
Fuck yeah, I am. Fuck yeah, I
That
am.
was great timing.
You know why? Hey, you guys don't care. I don't care. Because clearly no one can control their temper. And he wears the C.
So somebody has gotta go. Just send him to a
David
U.S.
Detroit
team. He'll win a
can
cup.
Yeah.
Send him to a U.S. team. He'll win a cup. I want him to win a cup.
Bring him
but
to Detroit.
Son
Red
of a-
Wings. Red Wings. We want him to the Red Wings.
They'll never
Steve?
get rid of him.
Steve, if
All
you
right.
pull this off,
Steve,
all
don't
is forgiven.
Steve, if you pull this one off,
Steve, this
all
is how
is
you
forgiven.
correct. This is how you correct
All is
Blashill.
forgiven.
This is how you correct signing Blashill. You bring McDavid here.
Bro, all right.
at
Now
all
that
costs.
okay, are we done with the finals?
Yes.
All right. Since it's a Detroit-based podcast, let's go back to Detroit.
You go.
Let's
you
talk
talk.
about
Why
what
too?
Stevie Y fucking did. Well, he thought nobody was paying a fucking attention, and just thinks that we don't care in Hockey Town, like we don't like our hockey team. Takes the coach he fired and brings him back as an assistant coach because he was what? Because he was good? No, you fired his ass. Why is he here? We still haven't made the playoffs. Steve, help me understand.
As I told you in the group chat, maybe it's a situation where he's just not a good head coach. Like it's just too much for him to
really?
handle.
You
Maybe-
don't think he's a good head coach? What gave that away?
But I'm saying, so like I'm
Oh,
saying,
fuck.
bringing him back as an assistant or something, he might actually excel and be better at.
Bro,
That's me giving the benefit of the doubt.
no, fuck.
Other than that,
Fuck the benefit
this
of the
is fucking
doubt.
stupid because he was horrible.
he was horrible. They're sitting here. He's like, you know what? This is what I see. You know, damn, that guy was kind of my buddy. I didn't want to let him go. I shouldn't have let him go. You know what? I can do whatever the hell I fucking want anytime I want, all the time. So I'm just gonna bring my buddy back. Hey,
Fuck that.
you can be the assistant. I won't put you at head coach because you know too many headlines. But if I sneak in at assistant, hey, you can still be a part of the team.
Lame.
Bollocks.
All right, all
Lame
right.
as
Do we
fuck.
want to hear? Do we want to just reiterate the records before and after the firing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So before we fired Derek Lalonde,
You mean
we
Drew?
were 13, 17, and 4. Okay.
Oh, hold on. I got something for that, Jake.
All right. The article I was reading didn't tell me afterwards. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Afterwards, it was 10 times fucking better.
I'll tell you, I remember we went on a 13-game win streak and everyone gave a fuck about the team again. Pretty simple. Because you know what he told the boys? Start playing fucking hockey. And they started playing fucking hockey.
Crazy.
It was
Crazy.
insane. I've never seen anything like it.
I can't say either. Yeah. Regardless, we went on like what three like 7+
Two
game
7-game win streaks, and then the one Dylan talked about.
And the
Yeah,
13
so I mean,
games
like,
where
The
first
turnaround was insane. We were like borderline looking at like a top seed in our division until we fell apart at the end. because we fucked up our deadline.
You want me to dive into conspiracy? This is his
I
way of
guess.
saying, fuck you, Dylan Larkin.
Trade deadline
Fuck you.
happened.
You want me to get somebody? I got Lalone back,
We did
bitch.
nothing.
See, you're
did
talking
nothing
about the
at the
trade
trade
deadline. It
deadline.
wasn't
Wait
at
for
the
it to
trade
make a move,
deadline.
and then-
It was before. You're right.
It was the
before.
four nations that
Yeah.
fucked everything up and ruined all their momentum because we lost that last game to Tampa before going in, and Todd really specified and was hard on the fact that we need to win this game because this is huge going into a big break like this. Because if we don't win this game, he basically said we're just going to lose all our momentum.
I went to
and
the
that's
deadline.
exactly what fucking
I went to
happened.
the deadline straight away because at that point in the season we hadn't fully lost it all yet. So that was our moment to like, all right, let's bring somebody in to flip this momentum around and bring it back to what it was. And they didn't do that. So
So
that's
the
why I
deadline
went
was
towards the deadline.
expected. We were expecting a move, and he didn't do it.
Exactly. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
my point. We
Yeah.
were looking for that turnaround after a slow start after the Four Nations, and it
Also,
never came.
One thing that Luke did not mention, something was wrong with Dylan Larkin. I don't know what the fuck it was, but something was wrong because he either got hurt at the Four Nations and didn't want to fucking say anything because he wanted to be a tough guy, but he went from going like this to going like this. Something fucking happened.
He
That was
almost
playing the best hockey I've ever seen him play for the Four Nations. And then he came back and forgot that he was the captain of the fucking Red Wings. Like,
Yeah, but that was like almost every Red Wing that participated in that.
this is
Yeah,
true.
but
but
everyone
he's
played lights
supposed to
the
make
fuck out.
everybody else better.
Thank
Dude,
you.
every Red Wing
Yeah.
played
We were
lights
all
out like an
mid.
absolute superstar. They come back to us, and then everyone's dead.
All dead. Literally, the whole team fucking died.
You don't
What
want
the fuck happened?
Literally all the energy just out the window. I don't know. Can you pull that comment from? Oh, can you see the comments from Brandon? You just pulled the
I
first one. Up.
can. Yeah, I got you.
Consider, yeah, that one.
Consider this
Bra-
my formal application to be the Red Wings GM.
Based
My
on your,
first order of business is to put Stevie back on the ice on a line with Larkin, and then we'll make the wild card. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put Steve back on the ice. 60 plus years old, he'll be fine. Yeah, why not?
Red Wing
Gordie Howe did it. Why can't Steve? do it?
guys on the ice in Big Hit. Rest in peace. That's what
Look,
it is.
as mad
will
as
be
as
fine.
mad as a lot of Detroit fans are at Steve right now, I wouldn't mind seeing him get fucking flipped. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
Yeah,
just
they
gonna
got
say.
a lot
I
of
mean,
there.
Let him get creamed into the
if
board.
we're going based off Brandon's, fantasy hockey resume, I'm all for it. He's got a.
Why don't we just do it like
championship,
this? Thumbs up, thumbs down. You got everybody here. Thumbs up, you want him fired. Thumbs down if you want him here.
He's got about.
Thumbs
Okay,
up from Dylan.
this is where I'm at
thumbs
right
down
this
from
second.
Luke, thumbs up.
So.
From
Okay,
Thomas.
let's come back
If
to
this
this.
means I want him fired, then yes.
Yes.
Yeah. He's
Oh.
got about
Can I be in the
month and a
middle?
half to
No.
make me go like this. Eventually, I could be here by the end of summer, but right now, I want him gone.
So
And
everybody,
if you're in
thumbs up
Brandon's
for-
shoes, he wanted him
Yeah,
canned 2 years
for Luke.
ago, and I don't blame you either, Brandon. I don't blame you.
As I've already explained to you guys that I only see them as 1 year behind.
You are sympathetic.
No, I agree with Jesse on this one. Yeah, that's being sympathetic. How's long Steve been our GM again?
Benefiting of the doubting.
7. You're 7.
Yeah, and the situation he walked in on.
Wow.
The situation he walked in on that, what was it? What Kenny actually said before he left that it was going to take 10 years to rebuild this team. And it's actually going straight on track with that, how fucked up that team was.
I disagree on the aspect of it feels like we took like 2 steps backwards come last year. I mean, everything that made our team great 2 years ago, or at least playoff worthy, we fucking traded away for fuck all. And we're not playing any of our young stars.
And
So
then we were
what's the
basically in
fucking
the same
point?
spot. And we did not move
We're
from
not even
last
close
year.
to the same spot anymore. We dropped.
Can
I know, but
any-
you gotta also remember, Luke, a
anybody
reason why-
look? This
Wait.
comment from Brandon. His name wasn't Iserman. He would have been let go a while ago. Does anybody disagree?
Yeah, but wait.
I
big
agree. Oh
problem-
my god, it's so true.
A big problem also, I think, is that a lot of people watched
Only
him take a
50%
Tampa
agree.
team that wasn't shit and rebuild him in 4 years. And now it's been 7 years. So we're just a little impatient because we saw him do that. I get what you're saying. Different team, should have taken longer, blah, blah, blah. But Tampa wasn't shit. They had some young people coming up in the same situation that we had some young people coming up. And they went to the playoffs. They did a dynasty, blah, blah, blah. It took them 4 years to do that. We're on year 7.
Actually, I'm pretty sure. No, Tampa was in way better shape, especially draft capital wise, than the Wings.
Yeah, but
were.
draft capital is all luck with us, and we have none of that. So that also doesn't help.
That's true. We've never.
Yes, that doesn't help at all.
Yeah. Okay.
But then you go over to who he's signing as pro acquisitions, and there's nobody good that's ever been signed as a pro acquisition unless they were from the fucking state of Michigan. That's literally the only good players he's signed are the ones that wanted to play here because they're from Michigan. Hint, Alex DeBrincat. But like, other than that, like he brings in guys like Ben Sherratt and wants me to fucking think we're going to win the Stanley Cup.
Brandon,
like I can't.
Brandon, sorry, you say this, but he built that entire team.
Yeah, that entire roster was him.
That was his team. You can't
to say not is absolutely foolish.
Sorry,
Dylan, can you just stop?
Was every single player the exact same? But
it was what he built.
80% of that team was completely Steve.
90, yeah.
Yeah, probably 90.
Yeah.
Are we part of this Steve curse where he can't win a cup as a GM? Like he just builds teams to win it, and once he leaves, it's over. Like
so, that's what we got to do.
Ty, you're muted.
Him, and then
he leaves, we're good. That's
yeah. So that's what I'm gathering.
I mean, we all hated the fuck out of Alavila. He left, and now we're good with all the guys he drafted. So like, I don't know.
Is it oh my god, it's a Detroit thing.
It might be,
except for the Lions,
except for Brad.
Yeah, no, it's a hockey and baseball thing because it takes it way too long for people to develop.
Are there any similarities between the Detroit Tigers and the Detroit Red Wings outside of the sport they play? Did anybody think of anything similar? Mr. fucking Illich!
Oh yeah, that's true. I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Scallywag bitch. You just care about money.
And with that,
but he's a pirate. He's a pirate, Jake. He just tries to steal the gold from all the people that like his teams. Scallywag ass motherfucker just steals the money from the people and puts out a product hoping and praying that it's good.
Sounds so accurate. I mean, I can't
fucking pirate.
Can't argue that.
All right,
that's my piece.
Well, let's lay things up. I got a great question today. This is for full comedic purposes, and it is on the topic of sports. So,
you just give the question. You don't tell me how to handle the question.
Sorry, wrong button.
Okay. What we're gonna do. Now I'll go.
Oh God, you've started a battle between the fucking slides.
I just wanted to write introduction. So you get to what is one piece of equipment that you would like to add to any sport of your choosing for your own entertainment purposes only. Like, for example,
so it can make fucking no sense at all.
Yes, like for example, like
everybody in basketball needs to wear a baseball helmet.
Okay. Like everybody in hockey.
You know how, bro? Have you ever tried playing basketball and you got a fucking hat on like this? You know how much that fucking fucks up your fucking motion?
I think
I need everybody playing basketball to wear fucking baseball helmets. Fuck it. Catcher's masks. Fuck it.
You want me to take this a whole nother step?
Go crazy. That's what we're here for.
Believe me, that's what I wanted to start.
Give everybody a battle axe.
Playing what?
Any sport. Doesn't matter.
No, you got to pick the sport.
All right,
fine.
You missed the point.
Football.
Football. All right, everyone get
give everyone a battle axe in football.
So everybody on the line and D lines got their
flag.
No,
illegal use of battle axe.
You're never gonna hit nobody.
Don't make it realistic. This is a fantasy. This guy's over here.
Just give them all a big stick and let them take each other out of the legs.
I think it'd be great.
How am I supposed to tackle?
I kind of like it, Jake.
How am I supposed to tackle? You got a battle axe on your back.
You better jump him from behind, dude. You better have a teammate distracting his ass while you come up from behind.
Or you slice him.
You gotta have a teammate that's his distraction is 95 on Madden. Don't worry.
Jake, this can work. Jake, this can work. We just have to change the roster limit to like another 100 players because slicing and dicing gonna happen.
Just
eventually you're not going to be playing on certain teams. You're going to be playing by state, and then eventually it'll be by country. Just
okay. Here's my issue here. Hold on. I just need to know.
It's all
It's like
no issues.
murder all of a sudden not a crime.
They got pads, dude. It's fine.
Doll axes?
Brandon says every soccer player has to wear figure skates.
Soccer on ice in figure skates. I would actually watch.
Nah, dude.
Wait.
Great soccer turfs in figure skates.
I don't think he means on ice.
That's even better.
On a soccer
on grass.
He said on grass.
You know how many balls they would go through because they're stabbing it with the skate?
You know how many broken ankles you're gonna have out there on that grass?
That'd be amazing.
Can you
Jesse,
clarify?
You've never seen me picking up
ice?
my feet. I'd be skating on grass.
What do you got, Jesse?
I am going to do.
This is ridiculous.
Damn right it is. Trying to lay the mood after everyone's crash out on the referees.
Let's do. Damn, this is hard. Can you go? Can you?
Yeah,
go?
I come back to you. I'll go to me. I'll go to me. Everybody playing hockey. Same rules. All that applies. But everyone has a mandatory pogo stick that you have to use the entire time that you're out there on that ice.
Oh hell no,
Dude, I'm out.
Oh hell no. Pogo sticking is hard enough.
It
Go
is,
in,
but
like,
it
You
is
put it on a
ice.
slippery
I
ice
call it-
surface,
wait,
dude.
wait.
I'm face planting every
Wait,
time I
wait.
go to jump on it.
I call it pogo puck.
How do you even play the game? Like you can't even get down the ice.
Dude, it's
Down there, you
I don't
gotta shoot.
understand.
It's basically fucking polo on fucking ice at that point.
That was fucking stupid, Dylan. God damn it.
Hockey pogo puck. Luke,
Polo
what do you got?
puck. That's what
Somebody
it is.
beat Pogo Puck, please.
Concussion
I
puck.
have no idea.
All right,
Jesse.
Jesse,
I
you
call
have
it out a
anything?
battle axe. Come on, guys. Put anything into the world.
Dude, make all the baseball players wear booty shorts.
Like volleyball spandex or like
Yeah.
okay. With the cheeks out.
First of all, legs tore up, but
Yup, you're not sliding no more.
Dude, all baseball players got to use a wiffle bat.
Bro, come on, boys. Just take a sport and change something.
I
What
know.
about,
I'm trying
Like
to get
basketball, everybody plays on their hands instead of their feet. Everybody's out there doing handstands, trying to shoot the ball. I'll change my
You're just
pogo.
playing
puck to
against
that
gymnasts
one.
at
There
that
we go.
point.
It's better.
Swimming. You're no longer allowed to come up for air. You just have to do the whole bitch underwater or
Yeah,
you're
that's-
out.
Yeah, Tom, they
You're
already-
done.
they
You're
already
just going to
named
see a bunch
that.
of
It's
floating
called-
bodies come up and just.
They already have a name for that. It's called drowning.
Welcome back to the Drown Off. Will your team make it through today? Tune in to find out.
Like, all right, like hot dog eating contests. They no longer eat hot dogs. It's just bricks.
It's just bricks.
Yep, they got to eat bricks. How many bricks can you eat?
Who's eating? Welcome back to 4th of July for the National Brick Eating Competition.
Dude, people would tune in. Come on, you
How
saw
are you
that on your
turning it
TV. You're
off?
telling me you're not tuning in? Like, what the
You
fuck?
can't
People
turn it
eating
off,
bricks?
bro. You'd be addicted.
Everybody's chewing like, oh.
Okay, I got it. It's no longer NASCAR racing. It's tricycle racing.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Everybody's
dude.
on their bike. Pedals to the
Everybody's
pedal.
got one
Like a
left.
little, like a little kid's tricycle.
But the same
Yeah.
rule.
No, God, no.
Back
God.
to Jake's question.
You know
Are these
what?
bricks of cocaine?
Fuck it. Yeah. Dude.
Everybody has to snort a full brick and then do like a fucking obstacle course, like American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, and going
This
back,
will be-
Oh my
Who-
God,
who
that'd be
can
fucking
live
sick.
long?
Are you kidding me?
going back to
American
the
Ninja
original
on Ninja
episode,
Warrior.
Yeah, same rules apply. Everybody can still, if your bike's on fire, if you want to, fuck them off the road and shit. I just want to make sure the NASCAR rules are still in effect for this bicycle race.
What about
Yeah,
for
no,
the
right.
for the Kentucky Derby or horse riding? All the riders have to fucking wear drunk goggles or drunk
Oh.
glasses.
What about the horses? Have
The
to
horses have to wear them.
I don't know if that would
Yeah.
There's a rider on the horse. There's a rider.
be. I
No,
didn't say
they
that
have to
one
wear
for
it.
a reason.
There's a rider on the horse, and the horse is riding a motorcycle.
No, see, Luke, I like your idea, but the horse is really doing all the running and he can still see. I don't like that. I need everybody to be blind.
Yeah, like Kentucky
At least a
Derby,
little
but
bit.
all the horses have like a blindfold over them. Then all the odds are fucking same, baby. You don't know who the
You would
fuck
have
it
horses running into fucking walls, jumping into the crowd.
is. Or give them,
You want people to tune in? You want views? That's how you do it, right there. Give them.
Yeah, this is the
make
thing,
sure
we
you
I'm
gotta
not
take
gonna lie.
sports
I would
that-
take like 5 or 6 of these and implement them today if I could.
You gotta take some sports that people aren't really watching, the ones people don't care about. You know, like tennis. What would we do for tennis?
Ooh.
Pickleball, but it's now with an actual pickle. You got to keep the pickle in the air. You can't let the pickle hit the ground.
It's a literal pickleball.
Yes, but it's not a ball. It's just a fucking.
What
pickle.
about if
Looks
we
just
did
like a dick.
tennis? What about if we did tennis and not the ball, but the racket is on fire?
Wait, the racket is
It's a stick.
a mini stick. They got to use mini sticks to hit the ball, so it actually takes some fucking talent.
Yeah, and it's on fire too, so that people actually can go ooh and ah without just a fucking tennis ball getting hit back and forth. Now they're saying ooh and ah on
Shots
fire.
fired at the
Not
tennis
saying
world.
tennis takes no skill.
I didn't touch that because that's him, but
It makes me want to go, but what makes me want to bring you to a tennis court and like see if we can actually play tennis without sucking.
yeah.
Look,
well,
if I'm not going against pros, I can fucking play tennis. I've played tennis many times.
Hold on.
I'd love to play tennis with you, but your knees wouldn't allow it.
Okay,
But
all right.
instead of a baseball, it's like you pretty much are playing pool baseball, but it's like on a baseball. So like pool noodle, foamy-ish ball, that's baseball.
That's
But it's in a pool.
No.
You know what?
Oh.
We're gonna make it in the literal sense.
Live
Baseball.
stream the event, please.
Baseball.
Half of these events need to be live streamed.
Instead of using a bat
People
for
can.
baseball, you
ESPN
use
the
the
Ocho.
base.
You watching?
You carry a base with you, and you hit the ball with that. And at wherever you make it, you got to put the base down and stand on it. That's your base.
Holy fuck. Cornhole, but with fucking corn.
Okay, that's just too literal.
That was the whole
But if
point.
you throw the corn perfectly and it's spiraling straight down, it'll go right through the fucking hole.
All right, you
Cornhole.
shrink the hole on the cornhole board to the size of a corn on the cob. So
Yes.
it has to be the perfect
You're
throw.
getting it.
All right,
You're
I'm
getting
with
it.
now. I'm with it now.
How about
Then-
every time a pitcher gives up a home run, he has to take 3 shots?
Down.
I'm
Sold, dude.
I'm
Sold.
Yes.
Donnie would
There
Donnie-
should be
Donnie-
alcohol in
no,
professional
bro.
sports.
I'd be playing baseball just so I can throw them home run balls.
I was gonna say Donnie would be a relief pitcher and a drunk and a happy
It's
man.
like, oh, you want me to come in here and win us the game? Oh, sorry. Oh, look at that. Holy
Here's the problem, though, Jay. Here's
shot.
the problem.
3
though, Jay.
shot.
You-
Damn.
You'd give up your home run. You'd take your 3 shots. Then you'd start trying. Then you'd get mad that the shit that you are actually throwing is getting another home run. Then you're at 6 shots. Then it just goes all off the fucking rails, man.
Is Scuba gonna be the most
And that-
sober dude on the
And
mound?
that's why we can't
That's a
use like
fact.
professional baseball players. You know, you bring in the average Joe for this. You know, be like,
You know who needs to implement this? The Savannah Bananas.
oh my, holy shit.
They could do it. No one's gonna bat an eye. Why? It's fake baseball, anyways. Just fucking implement whatever you
Yeah,
want.
shout out to them. They sold out.
Somebody
They're
emailed
so
that
sick, though.
Somebody
They're
emailed
so
that idea
sick.
to
They
them.
sell out football stadiums, and that's awesome.
Somebody
So-
emailed that idea to them. Let's take credit. Come on, we can do
The
this.
All right,
guy.
we can do that.
This is the last thing I'll say, and then we'll move on to MLB picks, and then we'll get out of here. The guy who runs the Savannah Bananas said that there is currently 3.5 million people on the waiting list to become a Savannah Banana. So that bitch is
Like people trying to play on the team.
yes.
That's absurd.
Wow.
3.5 million is the
I
waiting
mean,
list.
they're the current modern day Harlem Globetrotters for baseball, and it's a whole
Literally,
league.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucking
So
sick.
anybody that used to, because all their team is just people who played a little bit of high school ball, a little bit of college ball. So all these people that played a little bit are like, I can be a banana.
No, you can't.
I can be a banana.
I can be a banana.
Hold on.
It's like so.
Nah.
I
All right,
played in-
Dylan. Well, Dylan, when you can do a backflip and catch a fly ball at the same time, you could be a fucking banana.
Or
all right?
dance. Or
So I was
dance.
getting ready to say, like, I
Or
played for
dance.
a chance to be in the Little League World Series. I could be a Savannah Banana. No, I can't. No.
You can't run. That's not fair.
Well,
Yeah, not fair at all.
Just like how you're not getting.
we
those
don't need to
tournaments.
run. It's all for show.
There's definitely some running And there's
There's a
definitely a
lot
lot
of
of
running.
moving.
They're not
I don't see
trying.
them puffing and puffing going up the steps.
All right, Jake. All right, Jake. Hold on.
Hey, I got a medical condition. You leave me alone.
Time out. We'll end the argument. We'll end the argument right here. Jake,
What?
bust a move.
Right now.
I'm so glad this is live.
Get money. Get money.
Yeah.
Pretty clear.
Clip it! Somebody clip it!
I'll be a bubble boy running in a hamster ball.
I'd hope it'd be human size. I hope it wouldn't be a hamster size.
A hamster size human ball? That's fucked up.
That's football. Football and hamster balls.
Still,
but they're little arm slots.
You need to be still, dude. Jake.
Oh my god!
You kidding me? I can barely stand on my own legs. You want to put me on 10-foot tall stilts?
It's not like the full bubble balls,
Yes.
but it's the ones that you can like slip in the ends and like hold at like that.
Yeah,
covers your
dude,
top
yeah, I
half.
know what you're talking about. You like run at somebody and
Make it that in hockey, defensemen no longer have hockey sticks and they only have that. So they're just skating around annihilating people with the bubble.
I think they should still have a hockey stick. It just hangs out the bottom like you know, like your dick hanging out your shorts, I guess. But you know,
all right, let's move
They
on.
have
to
no
MLB
control
picks. Come on, Jake. Talking about
What? What? You brought the dumb question in. I was just finishing it.
You damn right you did, and finished you did. All right.
Boo.
Boo. What? You got something else you want to add, Luke?
Yeah, I think they should do that in soccer to make it more watchable. I'll wear a bubble.
That was Jake.
I think if soccer players all had a bubble, one,
was-
then they can't bitch
that was
about
directed
fucking
towards
getting
soccer.
hurt all the time anymore. And then two, it's more entertaining for everybody else. So I think they
it
should wear a bubble
be
too.
Strictly on the goalie.
Just a big old bubble on the goalie.
Boing.
Well, he's diving like this. Gotta hold those
I'm
bars.
flopping my ass in the net to where it covers the whole thing. I'm just not moving.
You're just rolling around in the net.
I'm just sitting there, letting the bubble take it.
Oh, stop it.
You're thinking your bubble's way too big.
What kind of bubble you think you got?
I'm 6'3". It better be a decent sized bubble, or it's not fucking fitting.
Yeah, bubble.
Better be a regulation bubble.
Oh, 6'3".
Buddy thinks he's bubble bass over here. Look at this guy.
Yeah, we'll see what you can do, bubble boy.
All right.
Let's get to MLB picks. Game number 1. We got 2 games going on Wednesday. Let's kick it off in San Diego, where the Padres are home taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Dodgers.
Padres
Yeah.
are a really good home team. I'm going to take the Padres.
I'm gonna take the Dodgers.
This is game 1 of the series.
Mm-hmm. Let me double check.
Dodgers.
No, sorry, this is game 2.
You
Game
lied.
1 is tonight at 9:40.
Dodgers.
You always be lying. Now I don't know
Yeah,
what I'm
I just
gonna
wanted
pick.
to
No, I'm just
double
kidding. I'm
check.
still picking the Dodgers.
Okay.
Dodgers. Padres will take game 1.
Padres.
Bam. All right, game number 2. And out of the 3 games, believe it or not, this is the best pitching lineup, not just because we're going to the game. Casey Mize, who's 6-1 with a 2.9 ERA, is taking on Zach Eflin, who's 5-2 with a 4.1 ERA. We got the Detroit Tigers. We got the Baltimore Orioles. The Baltimore Orioles are coming off of a sweep, so this could actually be competitive.
Jesse, I'm looking at you. This better be a goddamn sweep.
I got the Tigers.
Tyler's got the Tigers. Donnie?
Yeah.
Tigers.
Tigers.
You're really asking me that? You're really saying it like that, Jake? Everyone
You know what? We'll go to you last then. I have the Tigers as well. Luke?
Well, it's the Orioles, so I'm taking the Tigers.
All right. Jesse?
I'm really making this a thing. Like, I'm not going to pick the Tigers.
I just gotta make.
I'm fine in the West.
I just gotta make sure, okay? I want, you know,
Listen to me.
I don't want
To be
you
fair, he still hasn't picked the Tigers.
I do pick the Tigers.
Not yet.
No, you just said you made it seem like you're not gonna pick the Tigers. I still haven't heard Tigers.
You might be trying to swerve us.
Pretty sure.
Oh wait, come on.
Yes, he swerved in the corner. Whoa.
I expected it. I'm not dishing on you.
No Tigres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sweep.
Tiger sweep. All right, game number 3. We got the St.
Cubs.
Louis. No, sorry.
I tried to get you. Sorry, I thought it might be.
We have none of that. I apologize. Game number 3. We have the. You know what? Yeah, this game's better. Let's do that. We have the. No, let's do this game. This game's better. Sorry. The St. Louis Cardinals are taking
fucked
on
him up,
the Milwaukee Brewers at 7:40 on Thursday.
Give me the Cards.
Cardinals. Okay. Give me the Brewers.
I do love the Brew Crew, but
Yeah, I'm gonna take Milwaukee.
I'm gonna take St. Louis.
Cardinals.
that's the split.
I would just like
Oh,
hold on to say one thing. I believe it was Friday or Saturday. The Cards had former Titan offensive lineman Taylor Lewan throw
The worst first pitch in the world.
Worst first pitch seen in a minute. Absolutely.
Worse than 50 Cent.
Yes.
Oh, it was bad.
It was fucking horrid.
It was
Fucking
It
horrid.
was so bad. People were wondering if he was actually left-handed.
They're
They were
questioning his hand.
His hand dominance, like he isn't a grown-ass man.
Oh. We had the same idea. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Go back,
So
go
you
back.
gotta show the beginning of that again. Hold on.
Okay, here comes Taylor Lewan with the first pitch. Winds up good. Here comes the pitch. And just a little to the left
Jesus
hand.
Christ.
Boy.
Holy shit, buddy!
Look,
I could have thrown a
man,
better left-handed pitch.
Now what you want?
And I'm not left-handed.
I'm not gonna lie. I think he tied with 50 Cent.
Yeah.
And Luke
I
could throw a
mean-
better left-handed pitch than him right now.
And then, of course,
Luke's
Will
only got this left hand.
Will Compton comes out right after him and just throws it right down the middle. Just to add a little bit of salt to that fucking wound. Just a little more salt to that wound.
I mean, yeah. I mean, tell me who spots the difference? Okay, you spot the difference because I can't.
That's the
Yeah, it's the same thing.
That's the same fucking pitch.
Which
He took notes from the wrong guy.
The first
Wasn't there?
guy,
Didn't he hit a truck?
Taylor Long
wasn't
is
there
his
like
name,
a
right?
truck on the field
No,
behind?
that was
the
somebody
video?
else. That was
Or who
somebody
was
else.
that?
No, that wasn't 50 Cent.
That's the one I can't get out of my brain.
Whoever the first guy was had a better windups. That was the difference I spot. He looked like he was going to throw something decent.
Yeah,
and
Taylor
then
at least had the form down, and then
Yeah.
he forgot that it was baseball. not a
50 Cent
football.
looked like he had never thrown a baseball in his life there. Granted, not that Taylor,
But see, more
but he had a better
people
windup.
believe that 50 Cent has never thrown a baseball versus a professional athlete.
And
I feel like
what makes this so much funnier is that there is a group of boys that he played when he was 12 years old that are gonna think this motherfucker couldn't throw a first pitch yet he hit us back when we were 12.
This what you? Hey, wait, real quick before we. God damn it! Is this what you were talking about, Luke?
Yeah, I think so. But, I googled it and I was like, oh,
shattered the
wasn't-
truck window.
I mean,
But the difference is that was an actual fucking player.
Yeah, it makes it way
I
worse.
mean, it was a warm up pitch if that counts.
Doesn't
Flip,
count.
Doc.
Makes it worse.
My
You
bad.
should have been more warm than that. The game's about to start, and you're
I
throwing it.
told you
fucking
not to bring the truck.
how
in.
high?
Yeah.
But who's driving a truck behind someone pitching?
Sadly,
I'm not gonna lie. I would expect them to be able to throw it from pitcher's mound.
Well, apparently, I remember what happened was
Apparently
they were
not.
giving the truck away to somebody. Like they did a prize in between innings, and Buddy won a truck, and then the truck that he won immediately
here's your
got
shattered truck.
the ball thrown through the windshield. Yeah.
All right, what's
Wonder
our
how
last
they-
pick?
Hey, that's his truck. Sue the team. Get even more money. Get the
All
truck
right.
and some money.
Before we go out of here, does anyone got anything they want to add?
Oh yeah, Sean O'Malley got
I
choked
thought we had
out.
one more pick. Is that 3?
That was 3.
Wait.
Yeah, the Tigers game were right in the middle. There was a game, then the Tigers game, and then St. Louis game.
Dodgers game.
Oh,
Dodgers,
Yeah, okay,
St.
okay,
Louis.
yeah.
Tigers,
All right,
St.
I'm caught
Louis.
up.
All right, thank you guys for watching the podcast. We'll check you guys out on the socials. Thank you guys for joining us on this Tuesday. We normally go live on Tuesday. Next Wednesday, we'll be back to the usual 6 o'clock. Check us out at Ride the Tide 586 on X, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitch, on all social medias. We appreciate you. Hit that bell so every time we go live, you can shoot the shit with us. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. We appreciate you. I'm Mick Daly. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Woo!